You're now listening to the Listen Up Podcast.
Listen up. Listen up. Listen.
Welcome back to the Listen Up Podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jordan, and this week we've got me, Jamie,
Divine Boogaloo,
and Nick. This week we'll be taking a look at Dawn FM by The Weeknd, released in 2022. Really quick, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at List Up Podcast. Jesus. And on Instagram at Listen Up Pod. That's where we'll make any of the announcements regarding the show or merch. And speaking of which, if you'd like to support the show, you can find the merch at interestpointproductions.com or at the link tree on the socials. So regarding the selection for this week, Nick, why did you choose the album for this week?
How fantastic intro, really quick, fantastic intro. You haven't done one since last year. So
how generous and professional of you. Get that dog out of the frame.
Bro,
disgusting. Oh, my bad. Rats are cool. My bad. No. You're doxing her? Do you have her consent to be on camera? Did she sign the permission slip?
Yes.
Okay. My fault. But I picked this album. It's just a fun album to me. I know some people. I know people complain about it. People say it sounds all the same. People say it's just beep boop noises. But I enjoy
fucking
it
gonzo.
a lot. That was going around, and it. I know someone on this podcast might have a similar opinion.
I could not imagine feeling that way about this album.
but yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the way electronic music is. Yeah. A lot of it sounds the same. But it just loops a lot.
Pretty different, I feel.
But it's like it's different once you listen to it more than like twice. To me at least. And that's the way I feel about most electronic music or most indie music or dream pop or things that people say everything sounds the same. It's different once you experience it 2 or 3 times. Yeah, like Pop Smoke. Yeah, that's a good example. Because if you made me listen to like 4 or 5 songs off of Shoot the Stars, Aim for the Moon, and 4 or 5 off of like Meet the Woo 2.
Meet the Woo.
The first time I listened to him, I'd be like, yeah, this is Pop Smoke. This is drill music. But after listening to like all of his albums, there's differences.
I've never listened to Meet the Woo 1.
I don't think I have either. But
you're a liar.
I still really like that.
I just lied on air.
Wait, what?
Dox me, cancel me.
He said he listened to all the albums, and he hadn't.
Yeah, okay, buddy. I know you would have an album without.
So sorry to all of our fans. My no tap apology is coming with this
Don't worry,
episode.
It will be screenshot and put on Twitter. Don't worry, it is on the way.
No. We'll use a twit longer, so you guys can.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's like apology, and then it's like a link. It's called twit longer, which is just like you can actually type more than 140.
Bro,
like
anytime I see that shit, like threads, any shit like that, unless it's like threads where it's like, you know, like at early June 2020, where it's like, oh, here's just a thread of like links to different Black-owned business, like stuff like that's fine. But when it's someone who's like, I'm gonna talk about this thing, 1 of 30, I'm like, bro, it's a tweet for a reason. There's a reason you should be locked.
We are on Twitter.
It should never have gone longer than 120. There's a reason you're capped at 220.
This isn't a blog.
Shut the fuck up.
Twitter
is just for goofing. Everyone knows this. And occasional moments of solidarity and sincerity. But for the most part, you should just be goofing. If you have more than 3 follow-ups, maybe think about what you're doing and don't do it.
Bro, I'm trying to sell some starry lights for my ceiling.
The starry lights, the moon globe light thing. that one vibrator that everyone was advertising.
I'm trying to sell that. Yep.
What else? What else is it? Oh, those fucking the animals that are reversible. They're like octopuses and sharks and shit. Yeah. Jordan knows it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I more and more. I'm just like across the board. Anyone making threads and shit, I just don't read them anymore. I'm like, don't show me this. Yeah. I don't care.
I'm just gonna start impression farming.
Sometimes the comments are funny though, to be honest.
Yeah, sometimes the comments are funny. I'll scroll through comments for like twice as long as I will read a thread.
Oh, absolutely.
Like longer than a cohesive thought.
Twitter comments are where some of the like best memes ever are.
I have like half of my reaction memes in my like folder on my phone have come directly from Twitter replies.
SpongeBob crossing his legs. Incredible.
That one's so, dude, my favorite one of recent, since, Musk Daddy bought Twitter, is the fucking one of
Father
The Simpsons where it's someone jumping in front of a bullet and it's like weird nerds, Elon Musk, literally valid criticism is the bullet. And I'm like, yes. Fucking Musk dick riders out here. Fucking weirdos. The richest man. How can you defend that regardless of anything else?
Is he the richest now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Damn. Tragic.
Just how can anyone be like, no, you don't get it? I'm like, I'm an engineer. I love science. You're dumb. This is weird. Why is he your prophet? He sucks.
The Messiah.
Anyway, back to this album though. Actually, it kind of works because this album, from the first listen, I was like, okay, fuck yes. Actually, I was excited when I knew it was coming out, and then I heard it because after I heard After Hours, I was like, there's something bigger here, I think. And then yes, this is the next installment in the trilogy. I cannot wait to see where he goes with the final album of this. Like,
is it actually supposed to be a trilogy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Now after this one's come out, it's been confirmed that it will be a trilogy. I'm very excited. Especially with how this album starts, goes through the narrative, and then ends. I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, especially because this album basically deals so much with the afterlife. Where could he go with it?
It's all purgatory. Yeah, it's all purgatory. I mean, I would think that the next logical step would be the afterlife. Now, is it going to be heaven or hell? I don't really know. Maybe both. I don't really know. A little damn situation or something. But yeah, I don't know. I really love this album. It's been up until the Peach Pit album. It was my album of the year so far.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I really fuck with this one. And I like it came out and everyone was like, "Yo, Gasoline's a hit," and I'm like, "Yeah." And so is Sacrifice. But no one was talking about anything else. It was just Gasoline, and then they were like, "It's all the same," and I was like, "No, it's not." But I love
the video. The video of the person like scrolling through the timestamps and hitting next on the songs.
That was fucking Gonzo when he first listened to this album.
It is really funny, but I don't think it's completely valid criticism. Mm-hmm. It's a bit different.
It's funny, but slightly cherry picked because those are like before and after the like climaxes of songs where they are very different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's funny though. Like I'm not upset about it because who cares? But I just think it's funny.
I'll laugh. I'll laugh at anything. People make fun of me.
Yeah.
I laugh. It's funny. If you say something
I make fun
funny,
of myself all
funny.
the time. But yeah, I will say if you would be interested in a cohesive narrative, then this would be cool to you. If not, then they wouldn't care. Do what you want. But if you do like that type of shit, I strongly recommend, if you haven't, listening to After Hours, the standard version, and then immediately following it up with this album. It's so good.
I don't think I've even done that.
Dude, you should do
listen
it.
Listen to both of them back to back.
I did it last night while I was making this rocket you can see behind me.
Lego boy.
You can look on my Twitter for the saga of this rocket.
I'm a reformed Lego boy.
Just tweeted the reformed? No, I just needed.
No, I could relapse any day now. I just haven't spent the money.
I got enough of a disposable income finally to where I could comfortably relapse.
Yeah.
While Vic's out of town for a week, I was like, I need something to cheer me up.
I'm comfortable
buy a
to
fucking
relapse.
2,000 piece Lego set.
True.
Just for reference, everyone I work with who I've told about it and shown pictures to, they're like, that's pretty sick. So
It is cool. It is
there is clout.
But yeah, no, I would strongly recommend listening to, I mean, even because like, you know, After Hours is detailing of the like relationship of that falling apart and kind of the inner turmoil. And then the last song is Until I Bleed Out. And then it ends with him saying like, I'm bleeding out. And then fucking immediately sonically and lyrically goes right into the start of this album where he's talking about, the discussion about like the dark coming, which is what comes after normal hours in like business hours kind of thing. That motif also goes with like the idea of life and then the relationship and kind of the self turmoil of failing relationships to then kind of oneself dying and being in a very dark purgatory like place. And that's what this album is.
This part I do alone. I'll take my lead, I'll take my lead on this road.
And it's so cool. I'm so excited. Like when I'm assuming it's going to be released after it comes out as a trilogy, like vinyl, and I will buy that almost immediately if so. So very cool.
Dropping $100 on 3 Weeknd vinyls.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would drop a $99.99 like 3 double LPs like box set. It'd be more than that if it was a box set.
Dude, that's like
But
the
it would
Tedeschi
be dope.
Trucks. Their next 4 albums are going to be a cohesive narrative, and that's going to be sick as shit. I just don't like them enough to buy the $120 set.
Yeah.
But like this, I love this because I loved After Hours. I felt like it was like people went crazy for Blinding Lights, but overall, under talked about album. That shit was so sick.
Yeah.
And then with this one, same thing where everyone's like a couple songs, but I'm like, no, the whole thing is good. The whole thing is good throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and I don't think I've watched all of the music videos, but every one that I've seen
I
is
haven't
really
watched
good.
any.
And he
I should.
the Out of Time one is the most recent one that he came out with, and it's really good. And Jim Carrey's in the end of it too.
Dude, yeah, and then the fucking, because I didn't look at the album. I saw that it came out, and I put it on when I drove to work that Friday. So I was driving through the dark because it was like, what, January or whatever. So the sun wasn't up yet. So I was just like listening to this as the sun was rising. And then hearing Jim Carrey on it. I was like, what the fuck? But he's great on it.
Yeah, he is really good on it.
As someone who, I may have seen 3 movies max that Jim Carrey has been in. So like, he's someone who I'm very familiar with who they are, but none of their work. I'm always impressed at how good he is in everything that I see him in.
Yeah, he's like Adam Sandler in a way where like they can both be serious and like decent actors when they really put their mind to it, or they can just be like goofy idiots.
They also have good, just comedic like sensibilities.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that documentary, Nick?
Yeah, it's really
Jim
good.
and Andy, I think.
Yeah, Jim and Andy on Netflix. Yeah, it's really good.
I saw that too. Just like you're like, wow, he really got into that role, and like, just like it shows how good of an actor he is. I just wanted to bring that up, 'cause-
that and like the Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine.
yeah.
I need to rewatch The Truman Show. I know that it's one of your favorite movies, and I just
I know,
didn't
I honestly
enjoy
forgot
watching
about
it
it a
when I
lot.
saw
Dude,
it.
I haven't seen it in ages, but it's just like a classic. It's so good.
I don't even have like, but it's like, I don't even remember why I didn't like it. I just kind of didn't fuck with
insane.
it. So I need to watch it again. Yeah, I need to watch it again. I think I'd like it a lot more now than when I tried to watch it at like 16 at Travis's house or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I watched Eternal Sunshine probably like that. I used to say that was my favorite movie, and then I
I
watched
can't bring
it.
myself to watch that movie.
Why?
I feel like it'll make me sad or
Oh
something.
yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, it could hit you hard. I didn't know if you just thought it was like too quirky and you were like, this is going to be obnoxious. But
No,
like,
I feel like it's going to be like kind of uncomfortable and sad, and I'm not here for that.
it is really sad. But the second time I watched it, I just, it didn't resonate with me like it did the first time. But I guess that's kind of natural. But I don't know. I just had a more negative opinion of it than I did the first time I watched it, but I feel like I still really enjoy it overall, but I like different movies about like the complexities of relationships more than that movie now. Like Punch Drunk Love. That's an Adam Sandler movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It's really weird, but it's good.
Respect.
Just like most of my favorite movies.
I like The Cobbler.
Yeah, that's my favorite movie of all time. Yep. Yep. The Cobbler with
I know nothing about it, but it was a Netflix movie where Adam Sandler makes shoes.
yeah, and whenever he puts on other people's shoes, he becomes them.
Oh, is that? I don't even know the hook.
Yeah,
I just saw that and I was like, that's enough to not watch.
And Dustin Hoffman is in it, I think. And
What the fuck?
and like he puts on Dustin Hoffman's shoes and like I forget what happens. I don't know. I've seen like 2/3 of the movie.
Dustin Hoffman, one of those actors in Hollywood that is one of the, you see him on screen and you go, oh, that guy.
Uh-huh.
People have been talking about that on Twitter. Dustin Hoffman, underrated that guy actor.
But but for anyone over like 45, they know who he is. But everyone under 40, you don't
Like, I
know.
know who he is, but
I was struggling
I
to think
always
of his
forget
name.
about him.
I thought of his name and I didn't say it for like 5 or 10 seconds because I couldn't remember it. And then it came to me.
yeah. Martin Short, another guy for me. Like
Oh,
that.
great. He's very good.
Fantastic. I'm always delighted to see him in anything, but I always forget about him when I'm naming like who I enjoy seeing things in.
Yeah.
But he's like a great that guy actor for me as well.
Yeah, yeah. He's really good in Inherent Vice. He has like a 10 or 15 minute
I need
part.
to watch Inherent Vice. I really do.
It's fucking complicated, but it is a really good movie.
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch the Godfather trilogy while Vic's
I need
away. I've never
to
seen
see
any of
the
them.
Godfather movies. I still haven't seen any of them.
That's
And-
surprising.
and-
I
how's
feel
this-
like you would.
I know, and like nothing's
Jordan,
been
how's this
spoiled for me
podcast going
from
for you.
Great. I love talking about Dawn FM.
I was going to say, you love talking about the Weeknd album and movies. I know you're a huge film buff, so I know that you really...
that is one thing I can't really contribute to because I really just don't.
Jordan
not
this
into movies that
weekend.
much, or even TV shows.
So anyway,
Jordan,
me and
this
Nick will take this
weekend
conversation off.
we're cooking some dinner. We're watching Apocalypse Now. It's gonna be a great
fuck
time.
yes, dude. Apocalypse Now is so good.
I have
You to watch
I
it.
have the extended edition. We're gonna take
Bro,
like
you have
3.5
to watch it.
hours and watch it.
It is so
Dude,
good.
pool
It is
day,
worth it.
Pool day into
Are
dinner,
pools open?
into a movie.
I am incredibly
some
jealous
people's are.
if you I might do that myself. I might have a self pull day on Friday.
No, wait.
don't work on
I need
Friday.
I need to see The Northman. I got to do that this weekend.
Watch Apocalypse Now first.
The Northman is in theaters. I can't miss it.
Yeah, but
True.
I know you do need to see it because we need to discuss because I saw that movie and I need to talk to someone about it.
I just
will
want
say
to
nothing
see.
more, but
I want to see
damn,
Willem
I need to
Dafoe
talk to someone.
be a creepy little guy.
But yeah,
He's in the movie.
Dawn
Is he?
FM.
Yeah, like for I think for a short period of time. I don't think he's in it super long. I want to see Anya Taylor-Joy play Viking chess as the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Are you researching if Willem Dafoe's
I'm
in the
looking up
Northman?
who.
I've seen a
Oh,
screenshot.
fuck, that was him.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He,
Okay,
he looks
okay,
like
okay.
he looks like a shipwrecked hobo, right?
He's a jester. He's a court jester. So,
Oh,
so
okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's okay. Okay. If I didn't tell you that, I would have enjoyed seeing if you recognized him because he's in the he's there for like 15 seconds.
Oh, really?
I don't even know why he's in the movie. Honestly, that part. Yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards. But anyways, yeah, I think this album's a massive W from The Weeknd.
103.5.
I love the dark 80s pop synth interwoven with the ethereal FM radio that's kind of taking you on a journey through existentialism. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was very much an under-talked about album.
Vince Staples walked on his FM project so that The Weeknd could run.
I literally used that for a different song on this album. I said that Out of Time, When I Was Your Man walked so Out of Time could soar.
Fair.
Well, we can get into that in a little bit. But yeah, so we can get a little more specific. I'll kind of go at you guys' pace because I wrote a lot of notes for this album, and I feel like it might be just a bit long-winded. So I'll just contribute where I feel things are being missed.
Honestly, I just feel like sometimes it's hard for me to differentiate like the boundaries of the songs. Like I listen whenever I listen to the song. Of course, it's like a seamless album, but whenever I listen to the album,
except for one part, and it really bothers me that it's not seamless.
Oh yeah, yeah. But whenever I listen to it, I hardly ever just queue up songs unless it's Out of Time or Sacrifice. Sometimes less than
or
zero.
Gasoline.
Or Gasoline, yeah. But
yeah.
Like I pretty much just always listen to the whole thing, and so I kind of know the general order that they go in, but I'm not looking at my phone and picking songs, so I don't really know what some of the lyrics, like what their song title is. But
yeah, I kind of get that.
But
I just kind
Gasoline?
of sit there and I sing along with them. Thankfully,
song.
most of the choruses are the song names, so it's not too hard to figure out. But yeah. I mean, like you're right. It's totally a very cohesive project, which is my type of shit. And I get that, like, you know, like for a listener like Jordan, a very like single driven person, not their cup of tea, but for me, right up my alley. Indeed. Yeah, Dawn FM starts it out so well with like just the synth, vocally light, very good scene album prefacing, I guess. And yeah, Gasoline, incredible synth at the beginning. And then like when the vocals come in, I love that filter on there. Very like Flock of Seagulls, 80s sounding, like Iran, shit like that.
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I've soaken up the moon, can't sleep. It's 5 a.m. my time again. I'm calling and you know it's me. I'm pushing myself further. I'm just trying to feel my heartbeat beat.
It's 9 a.m. not found again. So fucking.
oh yeah,
just
yeah, I know what you're
locked
talking
in.
about. Yeah. I was like, flock of seagulls, what? But I understand.
Yeah, and then the chorus of it, I mean, fucking banger chorus.
I love it when you watch me sleep. You spin me around so I can breathe. It's only safe for you and me. I know you won't let me OD. And if I finally die in peace, just wrap my body in these sheets and pour out the gasoline. It don't mean much to me.
Pour up that gasoline.
Yeah, that song is really good. I really like that.
That's the one that everyone went crazy for. Like Gonzo was like, yo, check out this song. And I was like, check out the whole thing.
Because it sounds like it does sound pretty different, I'd say, to the other songs.
Yeah.
But,
And the in Dolby Atmos on Apple Music, the way it sounds kind of like, it reminds me of Animals by Martin Garrix. When that song drops, that like it's not a xylophone. It's like it's not a vibraphone either. I forget what it is. Yeah, maybe a marimba. Yeah. I think it is a marimba. I don't know. That's what.
Pretty sure it's on the high end of a marimba.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like in Gasoline. That like, I'm sure it's not a marimba. It's probably some kind of moog that they like have some kind of weird repeating thing on, but it goes back and forth across your ears. It's like a little like stuttering sound. It sounds very cool.
Dude, it's so, dude. Yeah, that is one thing I forgot to mention. You're right. Listen, like this album. Listen to it in Atmos. It's very good. It's a very good one to hear the difference for.
Apple Music subscription's gonna run out in about half a month, so we'll see. I might pay for it, but
I'm keeping them both.
We'll see.
Spotify for ease of use and Apple Music because it sounds better. Even the non-Atmos, it just sounds better.
It really does.
Better compression algorithms.
But the algorithm, Spotify new music algorithm though.
Does Spotify have a new one? Are they trying to compete more?
Well, no, people always have said Spotify's better. Like for
Spotify's playlist and Spotify's queue system are unmatched, but
Yes.
Apple Music's
And the
actual
just
sound
prevalence.
quality is better.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
Apple
yeah,
Music
yeah.
just sounds better.
Sorry,
that lossless
I was-
shit they got going on. Ooh.
Yeah, I was comparing why Spotify, like people still use Spotify.
But if
Yeah.
you ever send anyone an Apple Music link,
Cursed.
clown emoji. Respond with the
Cursed.
clown emoji. Respond with the tomatoes with the
Dislike it?
echo effect.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
tomatoes like
Yeah.
thrown at someone.
And call him a fucking bozo and a clown emoji.
You buffoon.
Yeah.
Nincompoop mode.
Yeah. And that's just how it is.
It's reality.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, gasoline fucking
It's gas.
absolute heater. Absolute, dude, fucking gas, bruh.
Yeah.
Definitely gas. How Do I Make You Love Me? Another incredible chorus on the album.
How do I make you love me? How do I make you fall for me? How do I make you want me? And make it last eternally. How do I make you love me? How do I make you fall for me? How do I make you want me? And make it last eternally. I can see.
I think it's a very good one.
He
I do
likes
wish the
mushroom
transition. He does, dude. I you know, kind of been thinking about getting some of that shit.
It
That,
sounds kind of awful, but I
I don't think it tastes like mushrooms. I hope.
What?
what does it taste like?
I mean, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Wait, what'd you say? What taste like?
Mushroom tea tastes like mushrooms, but I want to try it. to
Well,
see if
it's
it-
literally like
it actually
mushroom.
feels like a
it's
cleaner
it's not like
energy.
it's not a drug, right? Or is it a drug?
No, it doesn't have like psilocybin. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
it's just like the natural mushrooms.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So is that
Portobello
but not
tea?
like because otherwise they couldn't sell it like that commercially.
Shiitake tea.
I think different mushrooms, but because it's like the enzyme benefits from the mushrooms, right? Isn't that the
I don't
whole?
know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a
I-
thing
I-
until this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I wanna
I'm
try-
I'm
that's
out
what,
of
like,
the
mud
tea
water
space.
Shit is. I want to try it, but I don't want to pay that much for it. But I don't know anyone else who drinks it to like try a cup of it. So
Yeah.
I'm at a rock and a hard place with mushroom tea. But
Yeah, I
know, I just
just
want warm
I
drinks in the
was pretty
morning.
sure it wasn't like Molly water, but I wanted to make sure.
yeah, no, it's not like psilocybin tea. I mean, you could.
You could make it.
use those mushrooms and make tea out of that. I mean, you're basically microdosing with your tea instead, but that's not what the main products are that you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
buy commercially.
Yeah, it's like liquid acid,
Yeah.
but that's worse.
But I do wish the transition between Take My Breath and How Do I Make You Love Me was more seamless. I hate that no matter what you listen to it on, there's that like 1 second of pause when the music clearly should go right into it. I don't know why it's there.
If you listen to it on Dolby Atmos, like basically every song has a little pause after it. At least it does for me. And
I know. I want to. That is the one downside. I want to look through settings somewhere and see, because typically that's a setting, that's a playback thing. It'll like build in the buffer or whatever. But I don't want that. But I also don't want that thing Spotify has where like crossfades shit.
yeah,
Some people like that. Some people don't. I'm not really a big fan of it either.
Yeah, it's good for like if you're doing like a
Working
big
out.
room event.
Yeah.
I don't
Or,
even
yeah,
do it
or
for
a party.
working out. I do not have it set on my personal listening ever. Only on like parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we worked events at Tally, I would have that.
oh
checked.
yeah,
For like ambiance is good, but like personal listening, I really hate it.
yeah.
Just because some of the music I listen to is so different. It leads to some weird transitions.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
don't fuck with it. But Take My Breath is one of my favorites on the album.
That was one of the. Was that the lead single, or I know it was one of the big ones, but He also came out with like Moth to
Might
a
have
Flame,
been the
but that's
lead one.
not actually on the album.
Right. Yeah, it might have been the lead one. I'm not sure.
I remember the.
I don't remember
I
what
remember
was
it was
the-
the first music video because I remember watching it.
It's fucking phenomenal. I love the back and forth of the synth lines, and then the like ooh ooh that goes in a circle around your head.
Yeah.
That shit is so good. And the chorus is really good. Low-key crazy dark though. Lyrically. Using like breath play as a metaphor as well for like the other person kind of being like legitimately depressed and wanting to like kind of be killed by him. But like The Weeknd does so well and everything, he just weaves, sexuality and life and death so well. I mean, it's really good. Like it's
What a strange fellow.
yeah,
him and his perm.
I really wonder what like a conversation with him would be like. But musically, I love his shit. I love all of his music.
Yeah.
I was gonna say also, I think
People
a big
sleep
part
on him.
I think a big part of this is like, I feel like The Weeknd when we were in high school is a lot different from this Weeknd as well. Like, I feel like he made a lot more like pop music or a lot more.
At least with the big hits, yes. But
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
surprised if you listen
Oh.
to, like, if you actually listen to Beauty Behind the Madness and listen to all of it, not just like The Hills and Acquainted. There's a lot more depth to it as well.
Well, I haven't like listened to a lot of his stuff, so I guess it's just like
Yeah.
radio plays what I listen to. But like,
Yeah.
I guess kind of thinking it like listening to it as like a electric album
Mhm.
itself or electronic album, because like I don't know, it sounds a lot different than like his hits,
Yeah, and
And so-
it is very different. Like this project is quite different. You're
Yeah.
right from like especially Beauty Behind the Madness, the trilogy, and then Starboy.
Yeah.
Very different. But
so, like-
there are some.
Yeah, but just getting
If
used
you're
to
a
like
fan, there's similarities.
yeah,
right?
just
Yeah.
getting used to like this is what this album is, and like
Right.
try not to
Right.
put any expectations on people from, or trying to put any expectations on the artist going into an album as well, just kind of enjoying it for what it is.
Right.
I think this is
I get
one of
that,
his.
yeah.
This is one of his first albums that hasn't had any like massive hits off of it, right? In a
Yeah.
while,
I think
but
so.
but it's
Yeah. I mean, because like.
because Blinding Lights is one of like the biggest songs ever, in recent memory. Yeah.
Deservedly so. Much better than Shape of You.
Oh, absolutely.
And then like Starboy was huge, even though it's a great song, but like Sidewalks is a better song on that album, I feel like.
I feel
And
like
then the
Coming.
one before that,
Good song.
yeah, I feel like Coming, that's a good one. And then, Call Out My Name off of the one where he's like crying on the front with the red cover. Can't Feel My Face. I mean, that was fucking.
Hills.
That was huge. The Hills is another. Yeah. So like, yeah, pretty much every album has had at least since Beauty Behind the Madness, I would say it's had like at least one or two just like hits. Some of them being just global phenomena. Still the funniest shit was Can't Feel My Face winning an award at the Kids' Choice Awards for Nickelodeon. The song's about doing drugs and dying from a woman. So fucking funny. But yeah, I don't know.
The voice of our children's generation.
But
Able to
undeservedly,
fit.
I think. Like I said, I think this album has hits on it. They just
Yeah.
they didn't become hits, and I don't know why. Maybe it is because it's pretty different from.
It's. I
from
mean,
what
it-
Jordan was saying. It's
I think
pretty
it's a
different.
little. It's a little more niche, but so many of the songs are still super catchy.
Yeah, because it's still the chorus isn't him just like vocally belting it out. So it's like
And
the
not-
formula is still there.
Not all of the songs are completely electronic. Like Out of Time sounds more just kind of like an older R&B song to me at least.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that like super plucky guitar and like the fairly simple but groovy like backing track through the whole thing.
Yeah, and the intro from Quincy Jones, like
Yeah.
Tale by Quincy.
yeah,
That shit took me off guard the first time I heard it too. I was like, oh shit, what?
yeah,
And then listening to it, and it sets up the kind of explaining his past romantic reasons why it's not working out, and then doing some self-reflection with Out of Time, where he talks about like, I've been working on myself for the past couple of months, and I'm like, oh shit, he used Quincy's experience to lead into his own self-growth.
Interesting.
Some cool shit.
yeah. Legends working together, man. Jim
It's like hearing
Carrey,
the fucking
Quincy.
the family interviews on Young Sick Camellia.
Yeah. It's like
I fuck with it.
it's like Mac Miller's grandma at the end of The Divine Feminine.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that 8-minute song. God is fair, sexy, nasty, and what's the other? There's another Kendrick Lamar Mac Miller song. Fight the Feeling. They're both great songs.
Dude, Divine Feminine, I've been fucking with heavy. Violet is barking behind me. Oh yeah, sorry. The dogs are in this room because Vic's not here to run interference, and I don't want them to be barking the whole time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Violet's little. This is what she does whenever I work from my desk. She has little blanket nests that she sleeps in, and then looks out the window.
What a beautiful little lady.
What a little rat.
So so
But yeah,
proper.
so we kind of missed Sacrifice. You had mentioned earlier.
Oh,
It's
damn.
one of my favorites on the record
Me
as
too.
well.
I love the
guitar and
guitar
synth throughout.
at the beginning.
I was born in a city where the winter nights don't ever sleep. So this life's always with me. The ice inside my veins will never bleed.
Oh, it's so good. And even throughout, it's just it's so good. And then the vocal dynamics and the harmonies with the layering and the choruses, big vibes.
I do like that part. I'd say overall the song is okay for me, but that like the layering is amazing.
Dude, the mixing is really good in that chorus.
I don't wanna sacrifice for your love. I tried. I don't wanna sacrifice, but I love my time.
It's really good.
It is delectable.
And I know on After Hours and especially this album, it's like very evident on this album. He worked with OPN a lot. One O Tricks Point Never. His name is Daniel Lopatin. He's the guy who makes all the music for like the Safdie brothers for Uncut Gems and
okay.
and Good Time. And he like helped produce a lot of this album and some of After Hours. I think he's I've watched some behind the scenes stuff for Uncut Gems, and you see his studio and all the synthesizers he has, like
I'm sure it's fucking
up
crazy.
on the wall, and like he's like yeah, like, oh, we want to do this, let's bring this one down, and they bring it down, plug it up, and like start messing with it. Just
Dude,
insane.
I cannot wait to get an even more disposable income and just get like weird instrument, like just a bunch of synths.
Buy an Omnichord.
The day I get a synth is the day I'm actually going to get fired because I forget that life outside of that exists. The day I buy a fucking Moog Standard, you've lost me. I am gone. That's all I'm doing. Sorry, Vic.
That was so much. That was so funny how much fun we had on your
That shit
bachelor
was
party weekend.
So fucking.
going
That
to
was
the,
like a highlight.
yeah, going to the Moog shop and just
That
playing
shit
with
was
them.
dope. just playing with synths for like an hour. I didn't know it had been an hour.
I know.
And then we were like,
we were just
oh, do
having
we want to
fun.
move on? And I was like, yeah, I guess we can go drink or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to keep playing with the synth. No, it was
Can we
fun. The
come
bar
back?
crawl, great time. Whole day, whole weekend, excellent. But damn, that Moog factory. Next time I'm in Asheville, I'm also going there again.
Yeah.
I'd say I do like kind of the album. Again, it's kind of an older school way of albums. operating,
Very
but they
80s
have-
sounding. Yeah.
but also like in the way that he like segments his album, where it has, you know, like Kanye used to do like the interludes or whatever, or like
Yeah.
the it would like break up the album with just people talking, and he does that like at the end of some songs. But even like A Tale by Quincy was like not really
right. And then
kind of talking,
which is the one where Jim Carrey's got his like kind of talks at the end of it. Is it Best Friends?
He talks at the end of Out of Time a little bit.
Is that yeah? That's right. I was trying to remember.
I remember that especially because he's at the end of the music video. He's like,
gotcha.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
I don't know if he's a dentist or a surgeon, but you see his like the camera pans and it's like the POV of someone laying on like an operating table, and you see Jim Carrey's face like through this magnifying glass. It's very freaky. It's very cool.
I gotta watch that shit. So yeah, because that. No, sorry. Because that leads into I ran out of water, so now I got a dry throat.
You see Eggman's face.
That leads into Here We Go Again. Then, which how did you guys like the Tyler feature on it? I really liked it.
I did also.
Although this love is strong to me, some things can change, go wrong with me. We don't know how it's going to be. Forever is too long to me. We don't need the government involved because we like to touch. We don't need no damn religion telling us that we in love. But if we did crash down the road, spending lawyer fees up, pending pad gon' save my ass if these feelings freeze up. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup. You gon' sign this prenup.
I like it. I feel like it's
the rhythm of it
kind of weird, but like
I think Tyler the Creator has an underrated, extremely soothing voice, depending on his cadence of delivery.
Yeah,
I think his voice contrasts really well with the just like
because it's not like smooth like the Weeknd singing throughout the whole thing. Like I'm out of time. Like it's really good contrast with that.
Yeah,
but I just like whenever he does this kind of more spoken cadence of shit, I think it's so soothing, which
like,
is
he has a new
weird
song
to think about from Tyler the Creator because before Flower Boy, you would never say that. But
exactly.
Soothing?
Like, no, I just, his voice on this song, I'm like, this. Why does this just make sense?
When I want to relax, I actually put on Yonkers.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I've still wanted to make a joke.
I listen to Wolf.
This isn't like doxing me like too hard, but there's a road called Yonkers Road, I think, near me, like on my way to like work and shit. And like,
really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to make the joke where it's like, I put on my Snapchat story, like Yonkers is playing in the background, and I just like pan to like the road, or I think it's a road. I don't know if it's a road or like a fucking.
It's whatever. It's a road
lane.
sign. That's
Whatever.
all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is. Cul-de-sac, fuck off.
That was me wanting to post the Westheimer Street sign and play "Swangin' on Westheimer" by Don Tolliver while I was down in Houston, but never did it. Sadly,
Yeah.
missed
Bro,
opportunity.
Jordan, you got to do it. That way you don't live to regret it. You don't have a phantom
I know.
regret about
I know.
Yonkers Street. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the how the song starts pretty. It starts off pretty like, fuck. I think I don't remember where I wrote it on my notes. It may have been just a general thing, but I wrote about just like how soothing it is to get fucking flexed on. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, I've never had someone flex on me so beautifully as Abel on this song, where the first verse is crazy, where he's like quarter bill on a slow year, like all just kinds of other shit.
Cruising
And I'm
on a
like,
yacht. We're still celebrating
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
yeah, and I'm just like sitting here just vibing.
Strike a pose with my kinfolk. Front page of the billboard. Suit and tie, cigar smokes. Macallan shots till it burn throats. We still celebrating Super Bowl. Catalog looking legendary. Ring froze like it's February. XO, that's a mercenary. A quarter bill on and off, yeah. Used to sing on lost, but now we cruising on the yacht. We clear.
And he's just like, it's a year later. I'm still celebrating from the halftime show that everyone said was mid. Like just getting absolutely just shit on by someone crooning to me. But it's really good. And then kind of, I like how the song evolves. It's kind of the turning point where it's like going from the real, like confident to ending it being like, oh, very like realizing that due to the nature of his romantic involvements, to borrow from Jada, entanglements, due to the nature of what they are, you know, there's always going to be a bigger fish than him. So then that's why kind of the self-realization is like, oh, you know, this isn't working out because I'm kind of going through this period of self-reflection, even though I'm kind of running out of time. And it's like almost at the afterlife, a little too little too late. But it's realizing like, oh, it's because there needs to be more substance than what's going on now. So I don't know. I think the song evolves very interesting from a narrative standpoint. And I really like it. And it sounds really good.
Yeah. What a crooner. What a classic crooner.
Dude, crooning while fucking flexing on me. Just unapologetically. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'll kind of skip the next part because it is a little long-winded. I don't want to, you know, more and more I'm trying not to just blow hot air on this show.
Steamroll the show.
But the other feature on this album that I really didn't enjoy, even though I normally enjoy their features, was Wayne's voice. It was too jarring.
You didn't like
for
it?
me. It was too
I
jarring.
like that
for me
one more than
compared
the
to-
Tyler feature.
I also
Really?
like
No,
that one more.
I'm quite the opposite.
Me
where
and Jordan
I
in the
just
same camp.
I know,
Tyler's
dude.
felt weirdly soothing, but Wayne's voice on this one, I was just like, oh, it's too jarring for me.
Can't be your savage, that shit ain't fly, bitch. Can't be your pilot, can't be your private. Make me your obvious. If I ain't your husband, I can't be your hybrid. I heard you married. I bet he treat you like Virgin Mary. You like it dirty and I'm dirty Harry. I thought we were some lovers, canaries. Word to Larry, but I can't fuck with you. You put my love on the line and hang up on you. That's a long kiss goodbye, got a tongue to shoot. And when doves cry, we ain't got enough tissue. I'm still in love with you, where the love at? You walk down the aisle, I can make you run back. Like fuck that, where the love at? And tell hubby I kill him, no hubcap.
It's
Right.
too different.
Can we just admit you're a Wayne hater at this point? It's just
I said I like his features normally.
Jamie,
He's
pull
normally a
up
feature
the
artist for
stats.
me.
What did you rate the leak? All right. We don't want to hear
Oh,
it.
pretty bad. I just said feature artist. That's not a feature. That's an EP of the artist.
We gotta bring the new Pusha album to the podcast.
He's one of my favorite. Honestly, we could.
That first song
it just
on
I've
the
come around to Pusha.
Brambleton is a
Yeah.
great song.
I'm
I've
not
come around
not
to
listened to
Pusha.
it yet, but there's a
Pusha has
lot
evolved
of new
past
music.
feature
dropping.
artists.
I put the song with Don Toliver and Lil Uzi. I put that one on the playlist on Nick's
It's good
Mix.
as hell. On Nick's Mix, find
Yep.
the link on our socials.
Yep, listen to it.
Yeah, no, I like Pusha has evolved past feature artist for me, and I think 21 Savage is also kind of evolving
He's
past
getting up
feature
there.
artist for me. But Lil Wayne is still stuck in feature artist for me.
It's
Except
a-
on this album, I didn't fuck with him.
I was about to say it's like there's people who are just like rectified as like the goats of like all time, you know, like
Yeah.
they're just
I
always gonna be
respect
the
his
greatest.
accolades and like what he did for the genre. I just don't love listening to
Is
his
Lil
music.
Wayne I was gonna say is he the LeBron of rap, but I feel like Lil Wayne is evolving more into like an old head of rap. Like he's a legend. He's not still like
Yeah,
he's not really like currently
Yeah.
pumping out like insane amounts of like work, but he's
Yeah.
still incredibly respected. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, like
I still think holistically.
I was gonna say Kevin Garnett, but I don't know much about basketball, so I
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
say
don't know.
anything.
I don't know enough about basketball to throw my hat into this
Yeah.
ring. But I was gonna say, I think honestly, Kanye might be like my favorite rapper of all
I mean,
time.
yeah, that's like a
I mean,
Oh,
like
problematic.
Kendrick's making a solid case for it, but literally up until Jesus is King, every album by Kanye I really fuck with.
dude. That's still like a good produced album though. Like
The production's good. I just don't like any of it.
Closed on Sunday.
No, there's two songs on it that I do enjoy.
Which
I
one?
think I don't remember what they are. I hate that fucking Chick-fil-A song. That's so stupid.
yeah, that
That
one's
is
probably
so
the-
dumb.
Every hour is good.
Every hour is good. Water is good. It has Aunt
I think
Clements on
Water
it.
might be the one
It's
that
like let the rain is coming in. Take
The one
think
with
it's really
out of
bad.
the one with Kenny G
conversation.
is decent.
Oh yeah, that one-
but overall,
But also
like, that's like
Salah.
the decline.
Salah is good, dude. The hallelujah, hallelujah. Dude,
That's
like,
the one I was thinking
the
of.
choir just like it just cuts everything, and it's just a choir saying hallelujah.
That one's cool. But overall, though, like for me, that is markedly the beginning, like the decline of Kanye's discog.
That's fair.
Like easily.
Absolutely fair.
And, but up in like, I mean, just so much of his shit is so good for so long.
We're gonna see what happens on May 13th with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah,
Kendrick's album.
I don't. It's like a movie that I'm. It's like it's like with Endgame. It's like I'm trying not to get that hype for it, but it's hard not to.
Yeah.
It's hard not to. So, I mean, but with T-Pab and Good Kid, Mad City alone, Kendrick makes such a solid case. And I'm like, the fact that you make that good of a case on 2 albums, not even including how good Damn and Section 80 are, like,
it's insane.
the fact that I see people being like, no, they're not the best rappers, like Future. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, and then like, you know, Cole also with some of his shit I have heavily loved as well.
Did you see that Future released the track list for his new album? He has a song on there called For the Nut. Featuring Gunna, I forget who else. But
I'm not gonna lie, I only really know Mask Off by Future.
fair.
Future still has some good songs. Like,
he's on.
I mean, I'm sure that I've
King's Dead.
heard other shit of his at like parties and shit like that, but I only really know and queue up Mask Off.
I don't even know if I love Mask Off, to be honest.
Half of the time because of that video of those dudes stoned out of their mind in the car singing Mask Off.
I don't know
The
what you're
guy
talking
shot Percocet, Molly Percocet, just staring 1,000-yard stare through the windshield, and the other guy's just rubbing lotion on his hand, laying down in the back, going,
You just cut out for us. That was
You
so
clipped
high.
out, brother.
I know, yeah, I'm sure I'll fucking
No,
hear it.
I saw that. It was like
That's like a classic Twitter video from like 2017.
I think it was
or
like
whatever the fuck.
I'll look
it was like remakes that go harder than the original, and it's like
Yeah.
like they show up on my
Yeah,
TikTok
it's
sometimes.
showing back up, and I'm like, yes, I love
guy
this
going,
video.
Because
It's easily some shit we do with the boys in the car, fully sober, just like driving to get McDonald's, fucking around. We would just do that shit all the time, and I'm like, yes, the vibes. But anyway, to cut that, I just had to throw that in there because I know the audience was dying to hear me shit on Lil Wayne and you two support it. But
And
Less Than Zero,
it's-
I thought was an
it's a
interesting
start.
way to music. It
Oh,
was very
okay.
stark, and
What?
for me, it was a little too grating. But Less Than Zero, very interesting way to in the track or in the album. By far, like the lightest feeling. So I'm like, is it setting up the transition to the afterlife? Whether it goes, you know, heaven or hell, I don't know how he's gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Or it could be some sort of, you know, reincarnation. I don't know. I don't know what religion he's gonna go with. But Jim Carrey talks about God at the end, so yeah, you have to assume it's some sort of the Christian delineation. But I think it's by far like the lightest feeling. I love that like the pre-chorus synth that does like the climbing notes in that. That shit goes hard for me. I love that.
Yeah.
With my darkest truth of all. Cause I can't get it out of my head. No, I can't shake this.
And then the chorus, fantastic. The part where he talks about like he ends the chorus with like, I try to fight it, but I'd rather be free. That's like him reaching in the hero's journey, like kind of a clarity point or journeying through purgatory and then kind of reaching the afterlife. I think it sets up very well with the next one. I think it's a haunting final line after all that's like gone through the narration of both albums up to this point to end the last singing he does as the like protagonist. You tried your best with me and I know it. I think that's a really haunting way to end. It's like fully placing all blame and guilt upon oneself
Yeah.
and like reaching that point. I mean, that's like a character low. It has to be.
And that's
reaching that moment. But it's also a good turning point because then once you admit the wrongdoing, you can kind of begin to correct.
Yeah, and that's
or die. I don't know.
and that's a good way to wrap it up too, because that's like a big motif and theme throughout the albums, like him struggling with himself and like trying to change and reverting to his old ways and trying to figure out how to be a better person and just
Right.
like the internal conflict of it all. And
and I think it leads just incredibly into like the haunting monologue from Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's a poem. It's not a monologue. It's a straight up poetry. But there were two parts of that I really wanted to talk about. It's crazy self-reflective. Not what I thought I was going to hear when I would listen to a Weeknd album. But the two parts in particular are, and how many grudges did you take to your grave when you weren't liked or followed? How did you behave? Was it often a dissonant chord you were strumming? Were you ever in tune with the song Life Was Humming?
And how many grudges did you take to your grave? When you weren't liked or followed, how did you behave? Was it often a dissonant chord you were strumming? Were you ever in tune with the song Life Was Humming?
Because that is shit that like, it's like my modus operandi for life is like, don't hold grudges and just kind of like go with, just be at peace in whatever you're doing. Just kind of don't stress about shit. Just do your own thing. Don't hurt anyone and just enjoy life while it's here. Regardless of what's going on. Just try to do that. I know it's not like it's very dismissive to say do that because it's, life is a journey, not a destination. But, I just try to, in every situation, at least for me, I try to think what would be like the least stressful way to do this and kind of what can I do to, I don't know. It's like, I guess, a form of, what is it? Egoism? What the fuck is the philosophy of it?
I think egoism is close to it. I don't remember a lot of that stuff, but I don't.
Yeah, somewhere between utilitarianism and kind of like whatever the philosophy of like self enjoyment is, without going too far in either direction.
Yeah.
I love that, but then also the part, it's kind of are you listening real close? Heaven's not that, it's this. It's the depth of this moment. You don't reach for bliss. Kind of, knowing that like true enlightenment or whatever, it has to come from within. It can't always be an external factor. God knows life is chaos, but he made one thing true. You got to unwind your mind, train your soul to align, and dance till you find that divine boogaloo. Love that shit.
Are you listening real close? Heaven's not that, it's this. It's the depth of this moment. You don't reach for bliss. God knows life is chaos, but he made one thing true. You gotta unwind your mind, train your soul to align, and dance till you find that divine boogaloo.
Just like the God, lowercase, uppercase, however you look at it, just whatever or even just the universe, the like creation of whatever, like everything's chaotic kind of by nature. I mean, even if you look at like evolution, nothing is planned. It's kind of just, throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. And that's kind of what's gone on through history.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's going to be chaos, but you just have to like, teach your mind to kind of roll with the punches and, just find, whatever you can to release and just, do what you can to be happy. The dance till you find that divine boogaloo. I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's such a weird way to say it that I never heard until this poem. But I was like, yes, that makes sense to me. In other words, you got to be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you.
That's my favorite part of it is you got to be heaven to see heaven.
In other words, you gotta be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you.
And then like, that's the end. Then it's like the weird electric bird song that also loops the start of the album too. Love that shit. The whole poem's really good, but those parts in particular, I just had to like bring attention to because it's so fucking good.
The part where he says, bang a gong, get it on. Very funny.
Bang it gong, get it on.
But
I love it.
But yeah.
Fantastic. But yeah, overall, I'm very delighted that you picked this album because,
Thank you.
I mean, you know, we're telling it to David, Austin, Adam, and Ethan and Bailey. So I don't know how much we're raising awareness for it. However, I enjoyed getting to talk about it because it was underappreciated, I felt like. Yeah, exactly. So that's my closing thoughts. And I'm ready to rate the album if you guys are.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Who goes first?
Nice. Nick will go first because he chose
baby.
it. And then you go, and I'm announcing next week. So I go after you.
You're acting like we haven't done this for almost 100
Dude,
weeks,
I forgot for a second, okay? It's mostly because I started out with reading it, so I was like, do I say anything now, or do I...
Oh, I feel you. Yeah. But
like, do I say, hey, Nick, what's your score?
Hey, so we're going to rate the album now. I'm going to...
So what are you going to give it, Nick?
I think I'm going to go 8.5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, that's solid. I was gonna say 8, but it is a really phenomenal album. It's and it's there's not a song that I skip, and it's so cohesive. I listen to the whole thing. Like, yeah, it's great. 8.5, solid.
Like I said, you should do the after hours to Dawn FM Gambit.
I might next time I drive like a little over an hour and a half. Just
That
throw
would be
it
a
on.
good time to do it for sure. Because After Hours, I still is one of the best nighttime driving albums. I think.
Yeah.
Apart from the fucking sirens in it. Wish that wasn't in there. But if you're on a highway, it's okay. But if you're on like a street where it would be inconvenient for an ambulance to be going by you, then it's like, oh god. So.
Fair.
Okay, so Jordan, what would your rating be?
I'm gonna rate this one a
Brother Moore.
solid 5, just kind of in the middle.
5.
Okay.
I was honestly kind of expecting it to be a little bit lower.
Me too.
With some of your early thoughts, but
Respectful.
I think I like the production and like the quality of the beats a lot.
I was hoping you would like it a fair amount. I wasn't sure how much you would enjoy the electronic stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. A literal exactly average amount.
I don't know. It's like it depends.
Splitting the
'Cause
difference.
I obviously did like some songs more than others, but it did get still like a little like electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some of
that's
the
true.
Spaces, so.
And it also leans very heavy on like that 80s sound, which I really fuck with, especially as of late. I'm loving 80s pop.
Yeah.
So
it
also
back
hits
and
at a good time for me.
Yeah.
Gotta do Dua Lipa on the pod.
I would be down.
You
But I'm going to give this album a 9.1.
Okay.
I think.
Big baller.
If
Nick's
there were
album
like
higher than he did, showed him up.
It's actually not that uncommon, I think. I think every time we're like, oh shit, that's crazy. But like, it's not that rare of a thing because sometimes we accidentally choose albums that like one of the other ones of us really, really fuck with, but secretly. And I guess that's this album for me.
Jamie is a music simp.
Dude, my ratings, I want to see what like are, I gotta, part of my plan with the 100 episodes, because this gives me time to do it, because I have 6 weeks to do this, which hopefully I will do it. And I will still make us a real website. That's still on the docket. But I want to do like trends for every genre, and then also just like running averages, like based on when the episode is in the year as well as the genre, and then also just overall like what our averages are. Because mine, I know I trend high. That's just because I like music.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm a guy who likes music.
What can I say, dude?
What?
But yeah, so that's an average of 7.53.
Damn.
And it puts it at 19th, solidly 19th, just below Earth Tones by the Bahamas and the Nashville Sound by Jason Isbell. Interesting.
Didn't I
and just
pick both
above. Yeah, you picked both of them.
Let's go.
You've got 18, 18, and 19, but it's right above The Dream by Alt J. Jesse, one of our recent guest episodes that we did. Feel pretty good about that. It's like the upper third. I'll take that. Wait, does this keep counting? Okay, it doesn't. I already have some averages, but it's not. I gotta expand them. They're not covering all of our things. But yeah, I feel good about that. So then, announcing next week's episode. It's funny that this is right below Jason Isbell because I'm going to a Jason Isbell concert on Tuesday with my dad. My parents are flying out. It's going to be a great time at Red Rocks. Very excited.
Hell yes.
So we're going to be doing a Jason Isbell album because that's all I'll be listening to for the next 5 days anyways.
Everyone look at Jordan's face in the video right now.
Jordan's in his fucking Kubrick stare. We're going to be doing... that's why I'm glad he kind of liked this album. Because if he hated it, it'd be a rough 2 weeks for Jordan.
Jordan's really going to be on his demon time next week. Okay. Reunions. All right.
It was a toss up between this one and another of his albums, which is still. I know that Nick prefers this album, maybe.
Wait, to the other one you were deliberating?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what you said earlier. I know. I mean, at least like for me, they're close. Well, I don't even know if they're close for me. I think love.
I think
the other album.
I
love
think
this one too.
I think my personal favorite album by him is the other album.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Southeastern for me is still the undisputed GOAT.
I think Southeastern is the classic and is the better album, but I think the other one is my personal favorite. I actually really love Here We Rest too. That one's resonated with me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't put out a bad album.
Yeah.
With the Truckers or on his own.
You have a take on that, Jordan?
No, I do not listen to
Fair.
Truckers or Jason Isbell or Isabel.
There you go. Isbell.
I still say Isabel.
As a black coffee drinker, I empathize with truckers everywhere.
Yep. I've been drinking black coffee since like the last half of senior year of high school, I think. Yeah. I think that was when I was like, you know what?
You got 2 years on me, but
I can't nail this. I can't nail this ratio. For some reason, I can't get it right at home. Just drink a black coffee from now on. And that's what I did.
It's like
he was also one of the guys at Rooster Teeth he was talking about. He was like, yeah, most useful thing I learned from the military that wasn't like military related. Like my first week, a like 60-year-old dude was like, I asked for like creamy sugar and he was like, just start drinking it black. It'll make your life way easier. And in Kuwait, it did. And I was like, you know what?
Fair enough.
Makes sense. It won't apply to me because I won't be deployed to Kuwait. However,
True.
I will not
never have to worry about cream sugar ratios or anything. And then it's a little treat whenever I go to Dunkin' and I'm like, just give me a fucking coffee macchiato, which for them means half a jug of heavy cream and like 4 pounds of sugar. And I'm like, it's like dessert in a cup.
Yeah.
If you drink the whole thing too fast, it does make your tummy hurt. For me, it's like a 4-hour beverage.
You're on your what did I heard someone call like cold brew and a joint, like they called it something, but I forget what it was. It was like
Saturday.
A classic Sunday morning. But I don't know.
Sunday morning really is fun.
I don't know. Cut this out. I'm humiliating myself.
No, it's it's getting cut. I can't have them know I was coughing. My throat is so dry. I'm recovering from like weird allergies and like a 15-hour cold. And so my throat is just fucked right now. I really should have got like a jug of water for this.
You heard it here first, folks. COVID-20. Jamie's patient
it wasn't
zero.
COVID. If this is what COVID-20 is, it's light work compared to COVID-19.
People are fine.
Yeah, like it was literally like 15 hours of actual sickness, and now I'm just fucking coughing occasionally.
Gotcha.
And now it's just annoying. Now it's just really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to be listening to Jason Isbell next week. I'm excited. I'm going to have to figure out a way to display my record behind me next week because I actually have this one.
Me too.
And then I guess we rattle off recent listenings, and then that'll put this one to rest. Oh yeah, once again, check out Nick's mix. It's not a new one this week, but
Same one.
it's still a banger playlist. So go
great.
check that out.
Regardless.
Thank you.
And then it was actually so good this week that David reached out personally and was like, "Hey Nick, great job this week."
He did.
So I guess that means he hated it last week.
So the first one was really bad, but this one was good.
But as it was, okay, so for me, as it was, Harry Styles, I have been rinsing that song. Like, it's so good.
Which song?
It is really good.
As it was. As it was.
Hey, guys.
You definitely.
Guys, I am so sorry. I'll be right back. There's a silverfish on my wall, and I hate those things so much. I have
They're
to kill
creepy.
it right
I
now.
fucking hate them.
I have to kill it.
Dude,
Wait, a
all right,
silverfish?
so Nick's
Yeah.
going to deal with that. Last week we cut because Jordan had a cockroach on his wall. This week we got, no, fuck those guys. I fucking hate silverfishes.
I'll be right
Yeah, so
back.
Nick's going to deal with that. We're going to cut. We're back.
Let's
Nick
go.
dealt with his bug problem. Hopefully
Silverfish
I don't have one
dead.
next week. Looks like I'm up next. I hope I don't have one that bad next week.
You're gonna have a wolf spider.
But my last recent listenings, Citrona, the EP by Flip Turn, been rinsing that shit as well. It's the one that's got Hippies, August, and Churches on it. Cannot wait for them to perform, especially Hippies at Bonnaroo. There's no way they don't do that song. Holy shit, is it good. Probably gonna listen to it while I make dinner after this podcast. Jason Isbell in prep for the concert. I was going to be listening to that increasing amounts up until Tuesday. Probably all I'm going to have on in the background on Monday. And then new Marcus King produced by Dan Auerbach. Hype for the album.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think they
really love Marcus King. I really like Dan Auerbach and the stuff he does, like producer wise.
the Black
Yeah.
Keys might have had a song come out today. Maybe like a new single.
If they
for
did,
their
I
album.
didn't see that.
I remember them teasing it, and it makes sense for them to come out with a single on a Wednesday. So they might have. Maybe either today or Friday. I know the whole
I'm
album isn't out or anything.
investigating.
But I know,
I know.
Angel Olsen came out with a new single today that was really good. But I've been listening to a lot of her stuff too. But is it my turn now? Were you done, Jamie?
It Ain't Over is the new single by the Black Keys off of Wild Child. And yes, I'm done. Or Dropout Boogie. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Angel Olsen actually. Her, The Weeknd, a little bit of Shame because I've been trying to get a lot of stuff done at work, and that music is energizing for me. What else? Like I listened to a lot of new stuff because I made the playlist last week.
Mm-hmm.
The new Pusha T. That's been good.
I really need to listen to that album.
Yeah, it's good. Outside of that, nothing crazy. But yeah, How Long Gone as usual. But I always rinse that podcast. But yeah, that's it.
I've been listening to a song called Vam that went kind of popular on TikTok. There's one line. He goes, boy, you a goofy, you a Richard, and it just says like the word Richard like really hard in it. It's like it was really funny. So I listened to the song, and the song like that's like one part, but like he follows it up with like really like enunciated words, and he goes like lizard, and like dude, it's just like it's like fit really well. It's like one of those songs that like seem kind of goofy at first, like, but then you listen to the whole song, and you're like, this kind of fire. I've been listening to that new song "Shake It" by K Flock, which he was on a Fabio song a while back, but it features Cardi B, and it's a hey ladies, drop it down, just want to see you touch the ground, take a shot, girl, go bananas, shake your body like a belly dancer. I don't know if you have you heard that song?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know.
that one's also been on TikTok a lot. I know you don't frequent TikTok as much anymore, Nick.
Yeah,
but
sorry. I have the brain of a 40-year-old man, so I don't know
I
TikTok
feel,
very
like, I
much.
feel like if you had seen the sound that you would remember seeing that trend.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
so they sample that song, and Cardi B, it's like a drill beat, and Cardi is like a New York rapper, and I think she does really good on that song. I like it a lot.
Got you.
And then what else? I've been listening to.
I don't know.
I've been trying to listen to a new 070 Shake song. I've been trying to listen to her. I might want to listen to her discography
Skin and Bone?
now. Yeah.
It's on the playlist.
Oh,
That's
is
why I've
it?
heard
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Someone
I'm sorry.
hasn't listened to Nick's mix.
I'm sorry, dude.
I hadn't even looked at it.
I listened to Nick's Amine one that he did. I have forever never been a playlist guy, and I hate myself for it. But I've
That's
never.
that's
ever,
so weird that like you're not a playlist guy or an album guy. You're like just a single guy. You're a shuffle
I
your
know.
liked songs guy.
I know.
and it's-
Literally, that's what I do. Literally, that's what I do. It's
You're
and
the,
now
you're the,
I'm clicking.
You're the Giga Chad of music.
No. It's not even gig because now I'm.
Jordan's
now,
got the fucking face filter on.
dude.
Has a podcast to review albums. Doesn't enjoy albums.
No, but
Sigma
like
mode.
I recently it's been good before, but now that I've gotten a lot more music on here, I'm like skipping like 30 songs in between. And I'm like, okay, I cannot be doing this anymore. Just recently because of the mood I've been into, it's just like I need a very specific taste of music when I listen to music right now.
See, for me, that's what
Bridgers.
playlists are for me. Is when I'm in the mood where I don't want to listen to an album, but I want to hear a like somewhat cohesive joining. That's what playlists are for me.
You're right, but also like I'm a little bit lazy in that factor, and like
I see your point, and I raise you.
I like to pick and choose.
Most playlists are bad.
Oh, dude, that like I live by daily mixes and like Spotify mixes at work.
Interesting. Just like the black and white, like
Dude,
crossfading.
one of my favorite trends as of late.
It's like Montana. It's like shitty on some-
I don't even know.
I
I don't think I know what you guys are talking about.
You fucking boomer.
It's like
Shut the fuck up,
I'm just-
old head.
we'll explain it to you
dusty as
afterwards.
fuck.
All right?
You're dusty as hell.
We gotta catch Nick up on the trends. Dude.
We'll have to show you the shake it like a belly dancer trend and the fucking
Yeah.
I knew the British trend. Mathematics
Okay, that's true.
congrats.
Congrats. Damn, you're just roasting it.
No, it's
I'm here
just so
for it.
funny because
Let's go.
typically I'm the one checked out when Vic's like, oh, you know this sound on TikTok? And I'm like, Now I get to be in this position. It's intoxicating.
Jamie's picking on the nerdier nerd right now.
Exactly. It's dude,
I'm
I don't
lower
have to
on the
run
totem pole.
fastest. I have to run faster than you to survive a bear attack, okay?
And I'm in the Revenant right now. I'm getting mauled.
Yeah, you're on the ice getting your ass eaten by that bear.
But yeah, I think that's it for me. And
Pretty sure that's what happened in that movie.
Yep.
I've been listening
Accurate.
to that We Did It, that Lee song. That's just been in my head like all day.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, we did it.
Never nice
Is
to
that
the
Dora?
meanest. Never nice to my penis. One of my friends said that. He goes, I'm never
Hey,
nice to
yo.
the meanest. And then he said, I'm never nice to the penis.
Hey, yo.
Average yeet listener.
Dude, actually, I'm going to tell you one more song that I've been listening to. I wasn't going to say it
Bro,
because
you keep saying I'm done.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to
Dude,
say the outro.
Let me
and you
Sorry,
just-
sorry,
let me
dude.
guess. This one's by Nav, right?
No. I've been listening to that like
Is that the Rolling in the Deep guy?
What?
Nav?
Astronaut in the Ocean.
No, that's not Nav, bro. Nav is the most old head, the best old head rapper that like you talk to any old head, they're like, Nav's the greatest rapper of this generation. And like, dude,
Nav is
Like
Nav's better than Tupac.
I'm pretty sure that's a very okay statement to say.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
I
No.
literally
That's a
subscribed.
kosher phrase.
No, I'm not even joking. I subscribed to this one dude on YouTube, and he like shits on like Blueface, like he doesn't like have his face over it or anything, but you could tell it's like an old head account because they rank like all the new people last, and they like
Oh, yeah,
rank
yeah.
like all the
It's
old heads,
all mumbling. I can't hear it.
Are you
or like Corday's up on the list too, and you know they're like oh, this is what good music's supposed to sound like.
Are you thinking of Nas?
Surely you're thinking because this whole time
Actually,
I'm
yeah,
like,
I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're
But
talking
also,
about Nas, right?
But also Nav. I also know Nav too. Like he's the one that has the
Nav,
pop
like
smoke.
people just clown on Nav. Like
You're right.
yeah.
Right. People do.
Like
People do.
Anthony Fantano hates Nav, and people
Sorry,
give Fantano shit, and they're like, actually, he's the best rapper to ever live. But
Okay,
like,
I have heard that also.
Dude, New York State of Mind by Nas one of my favorite rap songs.
Yeah, it's great.
so fucking
but
good.
Nav is on the same level as like French Montana, where like nobody knows how they're
Hey,
written.
I would not
Yeah.
say that. I would not say that. He was on Lemonade, dude. You think French Montana could make a song like Lemonade, bro?
Nav was
What
on
i-
Lemonade.
What is Lemonade?
Off,
Like
the,
Off the
juice,
Juice?
Coding got
Oh,
me
he's on
tripping.
that song? Oh shit, he's fine with me then.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one that's like,
I mean, I enjoyed French Montana on the album we listened to the other
On
week.
testing,
Yeah.
brother man.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot he was on that album.
Well, see, I remember
Pop That is a
because
good
that
song,
literally
and that's
the
it.
only thing I know with him with his
no,
voice.
Pop That is good. That's the only one that I'll
Yeah, we
I'll
talked
ever
about that
vouch
on the episode.
Yes.
for. But Nav also he also has a song with Just Pop Smoke in it too, so that's why I like him.
Okay,
That
Puppy
song's pretty good.
Smoke.
Papa Smoke.
But yeah, I was gonna say the song that's been in my head that I can't get out of my head, dude,
Okay.
is that like the stupid like I'm pretty sure it was like I never even played Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's that stupid like did you know that one that's like on TikTok too, where it's like I didn't know what I was thinking, leaving my jet, and then it's always like sped up or some shit.
I don't think I know that one. I think that one. I mean, I might recognize it as like a shit post kind of thing, but I
Dude,
wouldn't recognize like the
It's
actual song.
so shit posty, but it's like so fucking catchy. I can't not listen to it right now. It's like,
Dude,
you have a
I,
jingle
I
in
have
your
that
head?
with the fucking
hold on,
sound that someone made the parody of something in the way where it's like there's something in
Yeah.
my ass. I cannot hear that song
dude, it's so
and
bad.
regular because I didn't listen to that song that much anyways.
Yeah.
But now it's been everywhere because of the Batman promo, and with that
Oh.
sound, I can't hear the song and not just in
Dude,
my head go.
I hate what
"There's
social media has done to my music
something
taste
in my
sometimes, dude.
ass."
I'm
'Cause
listening
that's
to like
that's
a
like
video game song in my free time. I'm like, what has come
Because that's
of me,
like
bro?
that's like the shit that me and Vic we're those people who like one of the funniest things to us is to like just shit post parody songs about like whatever's going on or just like say whatever like and then just fuck around and say basically that just some crude parody of songs. And so that's right up my alley. That's like peak humor for me. That and just saying the wrong thing when people ask questions. Like pop culture questions, I never give a serious answer the first time. I will 100%, no matter who it is, give a wrong answer.
Yeah, it's like when someone's trying to think of an actor and you're like, oh, and you just say like Justin
My favorite
Bieber,
is Michael
or some-
Cera. That's
oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
go-to actor for anything, especially female actor. Michael Cera is a great one. That's yeah. I there was a TikTok where it was like, what do you find like what's an incredibly niche thing you find funny? And someone was like, my husband, this is them. I'm like, oh, that's me. Absolutely. I love that brand of humor. So anyways, now that we're finally done, we can wrap this episode up. We wrapped the album up a while ago.
Ages ago.
So props to you for staying on this long. But yeah, we just wanted to say thanks again for listening this week and watching. If you did, reminder, we're on YouTube. Find it in the link tree at the socials. Remember to tune in next week for a look at Reunions by Jason Isbell. It'll actually be post show. So I will hopefully have a dope poster and maybe a t-shirt to show as well as with the record. But yeah, tune into that. Make sure you listen to it as much as you want. Kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join in the discussion with us while we talk about it. You can also actually join in the discussion. You can throw our rating or not rating. What? Comment our way on Instagram or the YouTube, the aforementioned YouTube. But we're on the socials. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast and Instagram at ListenUpPod. Those accounts as well as our personal handles and the merch links are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. Also, those socials, any announcements we make regarding the show, which right now we don't really have any announcements, but especially with the 100th episode coming up, we're going to kind of hopefully do some stuff for that. And then as we kind of go into the summer more, going to be doing more little goofs and gags that will hopefully have announcements for that. We kind of have to formulate what that would be, but stay on the lookout. And if you want to see those announcements, those socials are going to be wherever they will be made. So make sure to follow them now in preparation for the future. And yeah, finally, if you enjoyed this episode, if you could throw a rating or review our way on your respective platform, that'd be great. Helps us grow. Hopefully that would help you maybe make a friend in the future if we get big enough. I don't know. And yeah, other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.